Good morning, wet shavers, coffee lovers, and podcast listeners everywhere. It's Mark with GeorgeToon.com. It's time for another second cup. So grab a cup of coffee, kick back, relax, put in those earbuds, adjust that speaker volume, and let's talk some wet shaving and a few other things in podcast form. What is Second Cup? Well, Second Cup is a podcast that will give you some additional information that didn't make the Monday morning mailbag deadline. This might be something that is time sensitive. For instance, a sale that could be ending before the next Monday morning mailbag hits the airwaves, or a piece of late-breaking information that viewers have passed along that is equally time sensitive, or something else regarding the wet shaving world that needs to be broadcast in a timely fashion. And we'll also have some time to chit-chat and discuss some other things like coffee, movies, shows that are streaming online, books, that sort of thing. So thanks for tuning in to Second Cup, and I hope you subscribe to the podcast, where you can also find episodes of the Monday Morning Mailbag in podcast form. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. We'll get the show underway in just a moment. Thanks for joining me. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the July 13th, 2026 episode of Second Cup. Great to be with you this morning. What are you drinking this morning? I've got another cup of McDaniel's coffee that we talked about on this morning's Monday morning mailbag. Hang on, let me get a sip here. Hang on. Yeah, and it's a beautiful sunny morning, very cool. It was like 60 degrees overnight, but they say we've got a heat wave coming this week. And I'm just hoping for some cool mornings and cool nights. If it gets hot during the day, I understand. It's summer. But looking forward to some cool mornings and cool overnight temperatures. Open up the windows. Great sleeping weather. And right now I've got the windows open. A nice cool breeze coming in at the time I'm recording this. So very, very nice, agreeable summer weather. How are you this morning? I hope the weather is agreeable where you're at. We mentioned the heat that's coming, and that leads me to a question and discussion we had, a comment and a discussion that we had on this morning's Monday morning mailbag, because I noticed something as I was getting ready for the broadcast here. Amazon, I went to their startup page, and they have a couple of, I guess you can say, offerings here. Move-in day upgraded. Off to college. It's not even 10 days after the 4th of July, and they're already rolling out these back-to-school offerings on Amazon. And, of course, this one has to do with all the different products that young adults can take to their dormitory or apartments on college campus, and all the must-haves and that sort of thing to get organized and to keep your space organized and clean and whatnot. And then next to that, to the right of that, shop our top 26 plus kids backpacks. And again, these are backpacks for school. This is all this back to school advertising and offerings and selections on Amazon.com. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking it's not, just less than 10 days ago, we were celebrating America's 250th birthday on the 4th of July. And they're already saying, okay, back to school. And the comment that we had this morning was kids go back to school too early. And as I mentioned, I was driving through my little town of Chardon, Ohio, went past an elementary school, and there on the sign of the school campus, of the elementary school campus there, it said school starts August 14th. August 14th. That's a month away. When I was a kid, and it had been like this for years and years and years, prior to me going to school, school started after Labor Day. After Labor Day, that's when you went back to school. And now it's weeks before Labor Day. And everyone talks about the hot weather during summer and, oh, it's so hot. And, kids should be, in my opinion, during the summer months, kids should be out there swimming and sailing and fishing and running around and having a good time outside and enjoying all that great sunshine. And, you're starting school, and I don't get it. I just don't get it. There's so much summer left, and so much summer left to enjoy. And what about amusement parks and other businesses that operate during the summer months? This cuts into their business as well, doesn't it? I mean, Cedar Point. You've heard me talk about Cedar Point out there in Sandusky, Ohio. Well, if kids start going back to school in August, then Cedar Point is losing, and other amusement parks, they're losing a lot of revenue from kids not being able to go to an amusement park in the middle of the week during the month of August. And I'm wondering if parents aren't saying, well, you know what? We've got tickets to go to this amusement park on a Wednesday, and you're just going to have to not go to school that day. We're going to tell the school officials that you're taking a day off. I mean, is that kind of thing going on? What about other vacations where parents have planned something for the end of August, middle or end of August, when kids are supposed to be in school? Are they saying, well, are they telling the school officials, well, you know what, my kids are not going to be in school because we're going on this vacation, or it's a family wedding, or it's some other event during the summer months where ordinarily, back in the day, you wouldn't be in school and you'd have that time available. But now, because school starts so early, you're not going to be able to, you're going to have to make special arrangements, is what I'm saying, to make sure that your children can be excused from school for that period of time. You know what? I don't know. I can't wrap my head around it. Now, I don't have kids, and so maybe I don't have a dog in the fight. But then again, maybe I do. I just think it starts too early. I just look at it from the standpoint of there is so much great summer weather available, and you should be able to enjoy it. And there's plenty of time for school. After Labor Day, works fine. I mean, I think, when are they getting out of school? They're getting out of school like the middle of May? Well, listen, go until the end of May, right before Memorial Day. That's when, after Memorial Day, that's when you should close down schools and then open them up after Labor Day. Something like that. That would make much more sense, because those are the really prime, beautiful, wonderful summer months that everyone should be free to enjoy. Okay, that's my little back to school rant this morning. I just wanted to mention that because I am kind of shaking my head, thinking to myself, why is everyone going back to school so early? It's been like this for a while now, and I've always said to my friends who had kids growing up, they go back to school too early, and a lot of parents, and a lot of my friends who are parents, kind of shrug their shoulders in agreement. But what can we do? Nothing we can do. That's what the school system is saying. So I sure hope that somebody somewhere wakes up and starts saying, no, you know what? We're gonna start school after Labor Day. Let those final days of summer be enjoyed. So that kids can, run around in that beautiful hot weather, because August can be a very hot month, and it's always been that way. And you should be outside enjoying all that great summer weather. Playing baseball, fishing, swimming, sailing, doing all kinds of great stuff outside. So, the school officials and others saying, you know what, kids should get off their screens and get outside. Well, okay, here's a great opportunity. Let them stay outside during the month of August. And then, after Labor Day, you can bring them into the school classroom when things are cooling off. Okay. It's just a rant. That's just me ranting. I don't know if you agree with that or not. But if you have an opinion on that, comment below and let me know. And if I'm wrong on this, please point it out. I'm more than happy to listen to the other side and any sort of reasoning as to why going back to school in the middle of August is advantageous. So, just let me know. Well, great to be with you this morning. So wonderful to be talking to you this morning. We're going to cover some new things in wet shaving that didn't make the Monday morning mailbag deadline. And hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. Again, I've got McDaniel's coffee, and I got this big old navy blue, deep blue coffee mug that I got from my kid brother Dave. That's a favorite that we're using this morning because it holds a lot of coffee. It's a beautiful morning. I hope it's a beautiful morning where you're at. Let's pay a few bills and we'll get the show underway in just a moment. Well, we received this heads up from viewer David Trinks. David, thank you very, very much. This comes from Razor Emporium. And as they write here, Blueberry Aviator isn't ready to land just yet. Due to the incredible response, we've decided to extend the run of our 2026 Summer Limited Edition. If you missed your chance the first time around, here's your opportunity to experience one of our favorite seasonal releases before it's gone for good. Blueberry Aviator opens with juicy, sun-ripened blueberry layered over smooth vanilla before revealing warm notes of aged bourbon and finishing with rich pipe tobacco. The result is a scent that's both bright and nostalgic, perfectly suited for long summer days and relaxed evenings. Available as a complete grooming set featuring our shaving soap, aftershave splash, and pre-shave bar, Blueberry Aviator delivers a full shave experience from start to finish. Once this extended run sells out, Blueberry Aviator will be retired for the season. If it's been sitting in your cart or you've been waiting for one last chance, now's the time. Summer may be sticking around a little longer, but Blueberry Aviator won't. Available while supplies last. Check it out, Blueberry Aviator. We've got it coming into our shave den, folks. I'm going to be reviewing it, and I'm really, really looking forward to this one. I love the artwork. I love the airplane kind of vibe that it gives. It's got this 1930s kind of a aircraft on the label. I love the overall color scheme of everything. It's really, really neat. That is absolutely wonderful. And not only do they have Blueberry Aviator extended, they also have this razor in stock right now, the Goodfellas Smile Dominus double-edged safety razor. The Goodfellas Smile Dominus closed comb safety razor is a precision-crafted Italian safety razor designed for wet shavers who appreciate solid construction, refined aesthetics, and dependable shaving performance. CNC machined from chrome-plated brass, the Dominus combines substantial weight, excellent balance, and a secure grip to deliver a smooth and efficient shave suitable for daily use or several days of beard growth. This safety razor is ideal for wet shavers seeking a durable, well-balanced razor that provides excellent control without excessive aggressiveness. Its closed comb design promotes comfort while maintaining impressive cutting efficiency. It's a good-looking razor. It really is. The Goodfellas Smile Dominus double-edge safety razor. We have a few Goodfellas Smile razors in the shave den. They are wonderful. They are great, great performers. And this one is available from the Razor Emporium for $75. So that's another one that if you're interested in getting a new razor, this looks like a good pick. It looks like it's got that nice balance between being mild yet highly efficient without being overly aggressive. And when it's a CNC machine chrome-plated brass razor, that's saying something too. Man, that's marvelous. So give that one a look from Goodfellas Smile, the Dominus double-edged safety razor, available at the Razor Emporium, along with Blueberry Aviator. Get it before it's gone. Give them both a look. Well, we've got this from Phoenix Shaving, fresh from the Phoenix Shaving Cabinet of Curiosities, Garden of Bali, and Porthos. Available now at phoenixshaving.com. 2 cult classics, 1 epic release. Attention, shave cadets. Every now and then the stars align in such a way that releasing a single fragrance simply will not do. 2 entirely different expeditions have arrived at our laboratory doors at the very same time, each worthy of its own celebration. But rather than make you choose between them, we decided to throw open the gates and unveil them together. Truth be told, you can expect to see more of these paired seasonal launches moving forward. In these delightfully Willy Wonky economic times, every dollar counts, and if we can help you stretch your shipping costs across 2 adventures instead of 1, that seems like the proper thing to do. Besides, every proper Victorian cabinet of curiosities was filled with unexpected pairings. Why should your shave den be any different? Fun fact, many Victorian curiosity cabinets proudly displayed Jenny Hanivers, mysterious creatures that look like tiny dragons, devils, or sea monsters. They weren't mythical at all. They were dried rays or skates that had been carefully trimmed, posed, and preserved by fishermen to fool collectors and naturalists. Now, let me give you a little bit of background regarding that. A dried ray or skate is simply the preserved body of a real marine animal, specifically a ray or a skate, both of which are flat-bodied cartilaginous fishes closely related to sharks. When fishermen created Jenny Hanivers, they would take one of these animals, trim and reshape the carcass, then dry it so it hardened into a leathery, mummified form. This dried specimen could then be posed to resemble a tiny dragon, demon, mermaid, or sea monster. How about that? That's a little bit of context there for you regarding a Jenny Haniver. That's really, really neat. Even experienced scholars occasionally believe they had discovered an unknown species, making the Jenny Haniver one of history's most successful cabinet of curiosities hoaxes. Perfect stage name too, no? But as always, I digress. This season's pairing could not be more wonderfully opposed. One is an impossible flying machine built from memory, leather, polished wood, and hot air. The other is a forgotten tropical sanctuary where jungle vines creep towards the sea, and every breeze carries the promise of another hidden cove. One looks backward, the other looks beyond the horizon. Both invite exploration. Both are killer scent classics. One an original, the other an homage. And both now available in cubes. How about that? Well, let's take a deeper dive on each of these, shall we? First up is Porthos, an incredibly refined and distinctive fragrance. There are fragrances and then there are landmarks. Porthos belongs firmly in the latter category, trust me. Inspired by the original Aramis of the 1960s, Porthos is our tribute to one of the greatest masculine fragrances ever assembled. Rich woods, leather, oak moss, herbs, patchouli, sandalwood, and amber combined into a classical chypre that somehow manages to feel rugged, refined, and mysterious all at once. For me, this fragrance has always been tied to a very specific memory. It was sometime in the mid-1980s, helping my uncle stack firewood outside his cabin during a crisp autumn weekend. I didn't know what he was wearing. I only knew I had never smelled anything quite like it before. Leather, fresh-cut wood, cold mountain air. It was unforgettable. Years later, I would go on to organize the Big Shave events, West, East, and Southwest, 5 in total, and during each one I wore Porthos. I will forever associate that scent with my uncle and my own history. Fragrances are amazing like that. So, all that said, Porthos is our attempt to reopen that forgotten door and faithfully recreate what made the original so unforgettable. Wow, that's really, really neat. He concludes here by saying, think of it as a mechanical, animal, mineral time machine of some sort. Every carefully balanced note is another gear, another frog leg or donkey tail, another impossible invention whose only purpose is to transport you somewhere your memory never forgot. Past or future, make Porthos yours. That sounds incredible. Wow. And of course, I remember the Aramis brand name. That sounds wonderful. Porthos from Phoenix Shaving. Give it a look. Next up from Phoenix Shaving is Garden of Bali. Every explorer eventually hears whispers of a place so remarkable that maps refuse to agree upon its location. Garden of Bali became one of those places. We tucked it safely away in the archives years ago, believing its expedition complete. We were mistaken. Before long, letters began arriving from every corner of the globe, each insisting that the journey was far from over. Fran and I jokingly refer to the growing correspondence as the Cult of Bali, but the evidence was undeniable. Garden of Bali had earned a loyal fellowship of adventurers, and here we are. When the world slowed to a crawl during 2020, we began revisiting some of our earliest creations. Rather than simply reproduce them, we chose to rebuild them with everything we'd learned over the years. Garden of Bali became one of those happy opportunities to give an old favorite the second chance it deserved. The opening greets you with sparkling lime, lemon, grapefruit, orange blossom, and a whisper of sea salt. It feels bright for only a moment before the fragrance begins its slow transformation. Ambergris, seaweed, and ozone emerge from beneath the citrus until you find yourself wandering barefoot between driftwood, bamboo, cedar, and warm coastal air. Cross my heart. It is tropical without becoming sugary, aquatic without becoming cold, and exotic without excess. There is something curiously familiar about it, as though one were strolling a distant shore first explored in a dream. We hesitate to explain further, save to say that this curious concoction has an extraordinary effect upon the imagination. Wow, that sounds wonderful. So check that one out from Phoenix Shaving. Garden of Bali. Give it a look. Well, we received this heads up from viewer Beth Jones, and she writes, Mark, thought you might be interested in this. All the best, Beth. Beth, thank you very, very much. And this is from Henson Razor. Check this out, folks. This is great. Happy birthday, America. Celebrate America's 250th with a limited edition custom engraved Henson Razor. Available in red, white, and blue. How about that? Made in Canada, aerospace quality, sold around the world. And when you click on for more information, this razor retails at $90. Happy birthday, America. Celebrate the big 250 with this limited edition Henson razor, featuring a custom designed engraving that marks the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. This is a limited time made to order item. While we are targeting a delivery date of 14 business days from time of order, this could change based on demand and other factors. How about that? You can also add 100 premium blades for only $10. You can add the stand for $29.99. Their Protect Shave Cream for $19.99, and a leather head cover for only $14.99. Wow, how about that? 100 days, love it or we take it back. How about that? That is absolutely beautiful. Now, Beth has ordered the one in blue, and I know we're all looking forward to hearing from her and how this razor looks and shaves and that sort of thing, but it is stunningly beautiful. It's got the American flag engraved right there on the cap, and it looks great. So you can get it in red, white, and blue, yeah, really, really nice. Only $90. Happy birthday, America. Henson Razor, to celebrate the big 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. A really, really wonderful offering from the folks at Henson Shaving, our friends to the north, up over. Really, really beautiful looking razor. Beth, thanks so much for the heads up on this, and we're looking forward to hearing a full report from you when you receive yours. We received this from viewer Nathaniel Jackson. Nate, thank you very, very much. And this was posted on Facebook by Stars and Stripes on their Facebook page. And it reads from July 8th, 4:10 p.m. by the Stars and Stripes. No shave, no sale. The Navy will no longer issue permanent shaving waivers to sailors who suffer from skin conditions caused by shaving. Sailors will get 1 year of medical treatment to meet the Navy's clean-shaven face standard, or they will be removed from the service. Now, it begs the question, was this ever an issue during World War II with many Americans who served who might otherwise have suffered from these skin conditions brought about by shaving? I tend to think that the safety razor probably alleviated a lot of that. And of course, Nate Jackson very kindly and generously sent along to the channel the bevel shaving kit with the bevel razor in there, which was created by an African-American entrepreneur to address the shaving needs of minority shavers, folks who have coarser hair, curly hair, that sort of thing, where they could run into problems, I would think, from using cartridge razors. And the idea is a single blade in the safety razor just does a better job. It won't force that hair under the skin, giving you ingrown hairs. And as you know, we've discussed it before, cartridge razors do exactly what they're advertised to do. If you have a multi-blade cartridge razor, let's say 3 or 4 blades, the first blade pulls on that whisker, that hair whisker, and pulls it, elongates it, and the blades that follow up behind that first blade will cut that hair quite short so that when it snaps back, it goes under the skin, under the surface of the skin, and results in an ingrown hair, giving you a razor bump. And that's why this gentleman who created the bevel safety razor and shaving kit, went forward because he saw, I guess, my hunch is, he saw that a safety razor just does a better job because it doesn't create these ingrown hairs. And that's the whole idea. And I'm thinking during World War II, during Korea, and these other conflicts where you had many great minority Americans serving in the armed services, had to meet clean-shaven standards, they were using safety razors. And I'm thinking, I never heard that it was an issue before, and I'm thinking because the safety razor gives you a nice, clean-shaven result without trapping that hair underneath the skin surface, resulting in razor bumps and ingrown hairs and that sort of thing. Just a hunch on my part, but boy, oh boy, oh boy, I hope the folks at Bevel, Team Bevel, get over to the Navy Department and introduce their razor and their shaving kit to everyone in the Navy Department, because I think this will help solve that issue. So, fingers crossed, because there are a lot of great Americans serving in our armed services. They are absolutely the pinnacle of what Americans are. They want to serve, and because they can't get a clean shave, irritation-free, should not keep them out of the service. There are solutions, and I think it's the safety razor, the bevel safety razor, open comb safety razors, that sort of thing. And I'm hoping that the folks at the Navy Department discover this, that it's presented to them somehow, so that this becomes just a minor issue, and these great folks can continue to serve our great nation. Nate, thanks very, very much for the heads up on this. We will keep everyone apprised as we get more information. Nate, thanks again very, very much. Well, before I get out of here, I'm going to recommend a great book for summer reading for you. This is one that you can pick up and put down and jump in and around. You don't have to read it sequentially from beginning to end. It's that kind of book. It's called Bully, The Life and Times of Theodore Roosevelt, illustrated with more than 250 vintage political cartoons, and it's by author Rick Marshall. That's spelled capital MARSCHALL. Boy, this is terrific, and as you leaf through it, it really does have some great, great political cartoons here. Some wonderful, wonderful artwork by some amazing artists from the turn of the last century. Really, really terrific, terrific stuff. And again, it covers Teddy Roosevelt's presidency and post-presidency and the years leading up to his presidency, it looks like. Really, really terrific. And it also covers the creation of the teddy bear. and that is covered on pages 188 to 189. Here's what it says here. Late in 1902, TR went bear hunting in Mississippi. After 3 days and no bears spotted, a guide and his hunting dogs finally found an old bear. The dogs injured the bear, and guides tied it to a tree and called for the president. TR refused to shoot the bear, except to put the old fellow down. So old and infirm was the animal. The political cartoonist of the Washington Post, Clifford K. Berryman, memorialized the incident in cartoons. The first cartoon was a vignette in a larger group of cartoons of the week's events and depicted TR refusing to shoot an old bear. A second, cleaner cartoon, drawn in response to public interest, showed the bear as a cowering cub. This cute bear cub began to appear in other Berryman cartoons. Eventually, this bear cub became Berryman's dingbat, a cartoonist's mascot. Roosevelt called it the Berryman bear, Berryman called it the Roosevelt bear, but everyone else called it the teddy bear. After this famous cartoon appeared in the papers, a Brooklyn shopkeeper, Morris Mictum, took 2 stuffed toy bears his wife made and put them in his shop window. He called them teddy bears and found instant success. His store eventually became the ideal novelty and toy company. Other companies, such as German's Steiff, soon followed suit, and an eternal identification was born. How about that? Yeah, really terrific book with a lot of great history of Teddy Roosevelt and his life and his times, told through some great political cartoons and wonderful anecdotes about his presidency, post-presidency, that sort of thing. Once again, a great summer read, Bully, The Life and Times of Theodore Roosevelt, illustrated with more than 250 vintage political cartoons by Rick Marshall. Give it a look. And that wraps up another Second Cup. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. I sure hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, please share, please subscribe, and pass it along to a fellow wet shaver or friend. My thanks to everyone who commented and contributed to today's show, and I mean this sincerely. Without you, this microphone would be silent. If Second Cup or the Monday Morning Mailbag aren't showing up in your regular podcast feed, please drop me a line at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and we'll try to get it all sorted out. So again, thank you all very much. I look forward to getting together with you again on these podcast airwaves. Until then, enjoy the day, enjoy your shave, and enjoy that Second Cup.